I'm teaching you the third poem of poetry of first year intermediate. The third poem is As I Grew Older. The third poem is As I Grew Older, and it's written by Langston Hughes. So it is a third poem from first year intermediate. So what does the title signify? As I grew older means when the age increases, what happens? When the person's age has increased, what happens? Okay. So before that, what happened? That is the title here. So it's penned by Langston Hughes, and the writer was born in the year 1902 and died in the year 1967. Now let us see about the writer. So the writer's full name is James Mercer Langston Hughes. The writer's full name is
James Mercer Langston Hughes.
He is an African American poet. He is an African American poet, and that means basically he belongs to Africa, and he migrated from Africa to America. And he settled there. So that's why he's called African American poet. So simply Afro-Americans are called blacks. Okay. So secondly, he's an African American poet and novelist. One who writes poems is called poet, and novelist means one who writes novels is called a novelist. And short story writer, one who writes short stories is called a short story writer. And playwright means one who writes dramas or plays, we call him playwright or dramatist. So Langston Hughes is an American poet, novelist, short story writer and playwright. So his first book of poetry is The Very Blues. The Very Blues is the first book of poetry, and it's published in the year 1926. And his first novel is K. Not Without Laughter. The writer has his first novel, writer's first novel is Not Without Laughter, and it was published in the year 1930. And now in America, he played a vital role. So in the field of literature, and as a black poet, you can say he is identified. He started writing like a like American. Before him also many poets are there, many writers are there in America, but all of them they imitated Britishers. But he is considered to be first American poet because he didn't imitate anyone in writing any works or short stories. So he tries to describe the culture, the suffering of the people of blacks. Is it clear? The poem is As I Grew Older, and it's penned by Langston Hughes. The poet was born in the year 1902 and died in the year 1967. This means the poet was alive for almost 65 years. So the writer belongs to Africa, but he migrated to America later, so he's called African American poet. And he is a novelist, and then he's a short story writer, and then he's a playwright. Okay, and then his first book is The Very Blues, and then his first novel is Not Without Laughter. And then, so here you can understand he is a black poet. He is considered to be a black poet, and then because he belongs to Africa, migrated to America, he is considered to be a black poet, and he described the people, the problems of the common people there. Okay, and their culture and their suffering, how suffered Africans, how they suffered there, it's explained here. Now let us see there the poem. So the questions are here. How old are you now? What's your age now?
15.
16.
15.
17.
15.
15. 16. So the writer's question is, how old are you means what's your age? Okay. And second question, do you have any dreams? Do you have dreams? What's your dream? Pilot, scientist, farmer,
Software,
painter, artist,
lawyer, sir.
lawyer, lecturer, doctor, or engineer. So you may have any kind of dream. You may have, maybe one has one's own dreams. Let us see. How important is it for you to have dreams? Is it important to have a dream?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the dream will encourage us, okay, to do something better. Okay, so here, how will you achieve them? When you have a dream, it may be engineer, it may be a scientist. How will you achieve your dream? What challenges do you have to overcome to achieve your dream? So do you have challenges in achieving your dreams? Do you face problems?
Yes, sir.
Challenges, do you face them confidently, courageously? Let us see who are the great people who spoke about dreams. Have you heard any great people who spoke about dreams? Who
Abdul
said about
Kalam.
dreams?
Abdul Kalam.
Abdul Kalam. And who else? And Kalam said, we must think big. We shouldn't have small dreams. A big dream, a great dream, we have to fulfill it. Okay, let us see the poem. It was a long time ago. I have almost forgotten my dream. It was there in front of me, bright like a sun, my dream. And then the waters rose slowly between me and my dream. So here the poet, it was a long time ago, means long ago, many years ago, the poet has a dream. During the childhood of the poet, Langston Hughes, when he was a child, at the time, he used to have a dream. But I have almost forgotten my dream. But at the time, when he had a dream, during childhood, at the time he forgot his dream then. But it was there then, in front of me, bright like a sun. How was his dream at the time? During his childhood, he used to have a dream. And his dream, how it is like? It's in front of him. It's bright. Bright means shining. How the sun shines. How the sun shines. Like that, his dream is like him for him. Okay. And he wants to fulfill his dream during childhood. And then the wall rose slowly between me and my dream. You understand? The poet has he has grown up. He has become walled up. But when he thinks of his life during childhood, the poet during childhood, he has a dream. At the time, he wants to achieve his dream. And how is his dream? His dream is shining like a sun. And he wants to achieve his dream. And then suddenly what happens? Between him, a wall is constructed. Before him, a wall is constructed, erected. So it is rising. Okay, the wall rose slowly. And how tall the wall is? It touched the sky. Till the height of the sky, the wall is built. So now he can't see his dream anymore. Okay. Shadow, I am black, I lie down in the shadow, no longer the light of my dream before me, above me. So now where is he? He can't see sunlight. In front of him the wall is there. In front of him the wall is there and he can't see sunlight anymore. He is in the shadow of the wall. He is in darkness. Okay, that means here, you can see, no longer the light of my dream before me and above me, only the thick wall, only the shadow, and what is in front of him? Only the big wall is there in front of him. Okay, only the thick wall is in front of him, the shade of the wall is there, the shadow of the wall is there, but he can't see sunlight anymore. Every day he used to see sunlight, now he can't see anymore. Only the shadow, my hands. Now, how is he? He is in the darkness. Okay, when you are kept in the small room in darkness, you can't come out now, you will be in the darkness. Similarly, the poet, he was in front of him, there was a big wall was constructed and he can't see sunlight anymore and his life is in darkness. And suddenly the poet feels, I should come out of this darkness. And immediately what he does? My hands, my dark hands, break through the wall, find my dream immediately. Using his hands. Okay, using his hands, his dark hands, Negro no, belongs to Africa. And the wall which is in front of him, he has broken the wall. He has broken the wall. So when he has broken the wall and the wall has been broken, now he is able to see sunlight again. And again, he finds again his dream. Find my dream, help me to shatter the darkness, to smash this night, to break the shadow into the 1,000 lights of sun, into the 1,000 whirling beams of sun. Immediately the sunlight comes inside. The wall was broken. Again the sunlight comes inside. The darkness has, okay, no darkness has there, it immediately disappeared. Okay, only is in light now. Okay, and what is the story here? And if you notice well, if you understand well, actually Langston Hughes is an African. You know the background of the story you have to understand well. Actually, Britishers came to India, no? They ruled our ancestors. Okay, they suppressed us more than 200 years. And now Indians, what did they do? They suffered. They became slaves. They were tortured. But we didn't go anywhere, right?
Yes.
In the same manner as Britishers came to India, Britishers went to Africa. Africa is other country. As Britishers came to India, Britishers went to Africa. When they went to Africa, there they tortured them. They say that you shouldn't follow your culture, you shouldn't follow your customs, your traditions, and you should do what we say. And like that, they suppressed them, they tortured them, and unable to tolerate the torture. And what happens? Some Africans from their nation, they came to America. Indians, we are Indians. We were tortured by Britishers, but we didn't go anywhere. We were here. But as they came to India, they went to many countries. Many countries are the colonies of British Empire. Queen Elizabeth ruled from there. Okay, and now what happens? Englishmen, Britishers, they went to Africa and they tortured Africans there. Some Africans unable to stay there, they went to America. Africans went to America. Why? In America no British rule. So now for shelter they went there. Africans went to America, they started living there. Now Africans color like blacks. So they are considered to be blacks. Africans are blacks. Even Langston is also black. And now what happens in America? Original Americans are called whites. Who migrated and settled there, they are called blacks. Now racial discrimination started there, untouchability. So these original whites, they started torturing them. Okay, for example, if they like to bring water from the tap, when whites are there, when original Americans are there at the tap, so these blacks shouldn't go there. After that, they have to go and bring the water. Even when they travel by bus, when Americans travel by bus, when the empty seat is there, beside white American should not sit black American. Even a pregnant woman is not allowed to sit beside a white American. So this kind of discrimination was there. Racial discrimination was there in America. That's why what happens, even Abraham Lincoln, even many persons, what they questioned. They tried a lot for the abolition of slavery. So that's what he says, during my childhood I had a dream. I want to fulfill my dream, but the wall was constructed. And what is the wall here? Slavery, racial discrimination. And Americans, original Americans, they suppressed blacks. You should be like our slaves. You should not achieve anything. And like that they suppressed them. Now how long can they tolerate? How long can they wait? Now suddenly what happens? These black Americans, they protest against them. They raised their voice. And now, finally, he said, no, I have broken the wall. In front of me, a wall was erected. Wall is nothing but the racial discrimination, oppression. So, to see the light, what did he do? He has broken the wall with his fist. In the same manner, all blacks, okay, they tried for the abolition of slavery. So, they became successful later. So, this is a poem. You understand? Now they are able to have freedom now. They are able to see, so the writer is able to see the sunlight. You understand? Once upon a time, the poet had a dream. And when he was a boy, he wants to achieve many things. He wants to become a great person. And when he wants to become a great person, at that time, what happens? He was suppressed
Enslaved.
by original Americans. Then they were treated. Blacks were treated like slaves, right? Blacks were treated like slaves. But what happens? Okay, they tolerated. They didn't achieve any dreams. They were like how Indians became slaves in the same manner. Blacks were under the suppression of original Americans, whites. So the blacks opposed. Gradually, what happens? Blacks opposed whites, and then they got freedom. So the wall is nothing but racial discrimination or oppression, and the poet has broken the wall, and now he able to see the sunlight, able to fulfill the dream what he has. So this is the poem. As I grew older, okay, when he has become older, he has fulfilled his dream. He protested against them. He is able to live in a sunlight, freedom. Okay, when he was a child, at the time he was suppressed. So that is the poem. As I grew older, it's founded by Langston Hughes. It explains about the condition of the people of blacks, Afro-Americans, how they suffered in America. Okay, how they were tortured by original whites, and it's explained here. That's all.